Hey stamping friends, it's Sherry Parker coming to you live on Wednesday, April 2nd. It is going to be a really stormy next several days here in Ohio, but it's the calm before the storm. It's actually really nice out tonight. So I'm gonna come on here real quick and show you a couple of really cute and simple cards. And I think you'll really enjoy them and super easy to replicate. Before I get started, I wanted to mention that Stampin' Up! Just came out with a whole bunch of new last chance items. So if you go to my website at sherrythomas.stampinup.net, at the top there's a banner, it says shop last chance, and you'll see all the stuff. So in our catalog, I went through it, and I mean, there's just tons of stuff that's gonna be gone. So go ahead, get it while you can, because once it's gone, it's gone. So I wanted to mention that. And then also, as I've mentioned the last couple times I've been live, I've got a mystery hostess on April 13th. It's 3 to 6:30 open house. Let me know if you'd like to come. Just there's a few spots left. I'd love to have you. It's an open house format, but you'll come and make several projects, and it's $10. And I'm also having a new catalog open house on May 18th from 2 to 5. It's free. Just come, make some projects, see new product, because the new catalog goes live on May 6th. So I think you'll really like it. It's good. So I think that's really everything I wanted to mention tonight. I'm gonna flip the camera over, we'll get started, and you'll see these two really simple, cute cards. Okay, I got a really cute card in the mail this week from Jill Olson. She's a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Utah, and I think I'm like her third level. And I love this card, and it was my inspiration. Hi, Marianne, thank you for joining. It was my inspiration for tonight's cards because I just thought, what a cute card, and it's so simple. So I wanted to share it with you and make a couple cards using this format, one very simple and then one a little bit more stepped up. So I'm gonna show you the products that we're gonna use tonight first. And the first thing, this is some really cool new stuff that's coming. So this is the Celebratory Sips Suite. That's kind of hard to say. It's a tongue twister. This will be an online exclusive starting in May, and it's great. It has some awesome paper. You can see here just all the really fun, bright patterns and everything. And then in addition to that, there are stamps and dies, coordinating dies. There are really cool embossing folders. This one's called Glass in Gardens. So really cool stuff there. And so I'm gonna use this for the second card that I make tonight, but I just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what the product was that I would be using tonight. The other thing that I'll be using is something new, the Layered Thoughts stamp set. This will be in the new annual catalog, and as I mentioned, it goes live on May 6th. So that's coming, and then I'm pairing that up with one of my very favorite Full of Life Designer Series paper. So we'll get started, and I will show you the two cards that we're gonna make. So the first one will look like this, and that's using that Full of Life Designer Series paper. Very, very simple, but cute way to use Designer Series paper. And then the second one's a little bit more stepped up. Again, same format, but I stepped it up a little bit, added some embellishments. So we'll do this one second. Hi, Donna. So to start with this card, what you're gonna need is a piece of Designer Series paper that measures 6 by 5 1/4. And this particular pack of DSP is 6 by 6. So all you're gonna do is just trim off 3/4 of an inch, and then you're ready to go. So there's really very little waste. So once you've trimmed it down to 5 1/4 by 6, you're going to score on the longer side, on the 6-inch side, you're gonna score at 4 inches. Okay? And so all I'm doing is just making my fold. And because the Designer Series paper is two-sided, you have to decide, okay, which one do I want to be on top and which one inside? I felt like the ones with a little less busyness would be good for the inside, although you could use something busier and you could just put some white cardstock in the middle and you'd be good to go. So we'll go ahead and fold this down, and I'm going to layer that on a piece of 5 1/2 by 4 1/4 cardstock. This is Blueberry Bushel. And that'll be our card base. So you can see how quickly this comes together. So we'll just go ahead and put that on the blueberry bushel. And there's your card base. To make the greeting, of course, all I'm doing on this particular one is just stamping happy birthday using this new Layered Thoughts. It has some great greetings. I think these would be awesome for masculine, but really for anything. So my idea for this card was it's very simple. It could be really cute for a kid or also a masculine card. So I'm gonna stamp the happy birthday using the blueberry bushel ink. And I've got a piece of white cardstock. This piece here is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then I'm going to layer that on top of a blueberry bushel piece that is 2 1/2 by 4. So it'll just simply layer on top like that. Very simple. And then really for this card, because it is very simple and quick, all I'm gonna do is go ahead and adhere it to the front of the card. And just remember to put adhesive only on half of your piece here because you don't want to tape your card shut. So I'll put it about right there in the middle. And there you go. So how simple and cute is that? I think this would be a really great card, like I said, to give to a child or a masculine card. You can mass produce these and make a bunch. So if you wanted to step it up a notch, because sometimes if you like a little bit more bells and whistles, you can use that same card format, but you can add a few little things, touches to it, and it'll be super cute. So here's a card I made for my daughter's turning 30 this year. And I thought, oh, I always like to do for a milestone birthday, I like to call out the number. So I'm doing the same thing. Like I said, I'm using this really cute designer series paper that I showed you at the beginning. It's called Celebratory Sips. I have a hard time saying that. But so I have a piece here that's 6 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to put a score line again on the 6-inch side. I will do it at the 4-inch mark there. So one thing to point out for this particular paper, because there is like a right side to look at this with all the different bottles and glasses and things, so you'll just want to make sure that when you're trimming your paper that you're not going to accidentally have it going that direction. So so for this one, I know that I want the little bottles to be right side up like that. So I'm gonna put this on a strawberry slush card base. This is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. And I will adhere that to the card base. Sure, Marianne, I will put the measurements in this Facebook Live in the comments, okay, afterwards. So, but it's very basic and minimal supplies, so you'll find that you can make a lot of really cute cards with minimal waste, and it's, I think, a really fun fold, if I could say that 10 times fast. Hey, Joyce. So I've got my card base ready to go for this banner piece. Now, for this, the first card I made, it was very simple and basic. So for this one, I've stepped it up a notch. The underneath little strip here is going to be 2 by 3 3/4. And then actually I'm going to layer on top of that. I've pre-embossed with the really cute Glass in Gardens embossing folder, which is really cute. If you can see, it kind of reminds you of like a decorative glass or even ice cubes in a way. And I've got a piece here that's 1 7/8 by 3 5/8. And I'll layer that on top of the white. And that will be kind of our base here for this one. I have a very narrow little border around it. And I will adhere it to the front like I did on the first card. Now with this one, I'm gonna set it a little bit lower on the card because I've got some other things that I'm going to be decorating this card with. So I think I'll place it about like that. Okay, So that is kind of the opening mechanism there. So I decided that it'd be cute to pair this with, if you're familiar with our spring mini catalog, then you've probably seen the birthday celebrations, this beautiful wildflower birthday suite, and it has really cute die cuts, paper, and stamps. So I love the fact that the die cuts has this banner die cut, which is really cute, but also all the numbers. So for a milestone birthday, it's really easy to just, call out the number. If your friend doesn't mind you calling out their number. I'm gonna be doing a 60th birthday card tonight because I do have a good friend turning 60 next week. So I thought I would make her a birthday card. So I cut the banner out of the white, and I'm gonna go ahead and stamp from this Cheers and Sips stamp set that comes in that big suite I showed at the beginning. And the really cool thing about this stamp set is the greetings, all these the smaller words can pair up with the larger cheers. So I put cheers, it's your day, all in one block, so I only have to stamp it once. And I'm gonna use our new in color, Secret C, which is, I don't know, and Marianne, I know you're on it. I would call it like a dark gray, midnight blue color. That's kind of what it reminds me of. It might look black on this video, but it's not really black. It's kind of a midnight blue looking color. But it's one of the colors that's used in this designer series paper. All the sheets, the really nice thing about our papers is all the colors that are used are called out on the back of it. So it's real easy to mix and match to make cards and projects with. So I'm ready to go. I'm going to, with that die cut set I showed you, I did cut out a 60 and out of the strawberry slush cardstock. So I'm going to just simply glue that to the front of my banner here. Now you could run these through the die cut machine with our adhesive sheets, with these really thin type of dies. That's certainly an easy way to do it. But since I'm only really gluing down two things, I thought that this glue would be fine. So we'll go ahead and glue those down like that. And then one last little touch is I love a little bit of sparkle, so I'm gonna add some Wink of Stella. This is just our little shimmer pen here. And it might be really hard to see on the video, but I'll hold it up and you can see. So remember, if you comment on or share my videos, you will automatically be entered in to win the projects I make. And at the very end here, after I finish this card, I will draw for the cards that we made last week. So I'm gonna simply adhere this to the front. And again, I'm only putting adhesive on one of the sides so that I can offset it a little bit like this. So it'll still open pretty easily there. So I've got that on, and then the last touch in terms of a graphic is the glass. And when I was showing you the die cuts in the paper, this is really, it's fun to get sets like this where the die cuts match not only the stamps, but the paper as well. So you can run some of these through with the die cuts and it cuts them out. The ones that have things sticking out, I had to actually fussy cut, which I had to cut it out by hand. But that's okay, I mean, it's a pretty simple thing to do. So I cut this one out from that sheet of paper, and I'm going to simply just tack it to the front here, using a couple of my, whoops, didn't mean to put two of them so close together. A couple of Stampin' Dimensionals. And then I will set it here on my card like that. And then the last touch, oh, Joyce and 80, there you go. See, you can make any number you want, which is so awesome. I wanted to show you too another sneak peek. These are some new gems that are coming in the new catalog. And they're a combination of Pretty in Pink and the Strawberry Slush. So really fun pink colors. And I thought, well, this card definitely needs a little bit of shimmer and we'll jazz it up even more. So I like to put things in threes when I'm doing embellishments like that. But isn't that really cute? So it's a very simple card to make. Same exact format, just a little bit more on this one here. So I think, you know, again, all inspired by a card that I got in the mail. I think there's inspiration everywhere, and that's what I love about our stamping products is I can see something and I can think, I get inspired and think, oh, I can make something really cute using what I have at home. So I will go ahead now. So again, remember, if you comment on or share, these cards could be yours. Next week I will draw. So last week we made, if you remember, we made 2 column cards, I'm calling them, and they'll fit in an envelope like so. Got this a little bit more masculine one, and then this one using the beautiful, the flowers from the Delightful Wishes stamp bundle. So everyone who commented on and shared last week, I've got your name in here, and I'm going to go ahead and draw. So the first one is this really cute one, and actually this stamp set is going to, it's on the last chance list. So if it's one that you like, I would go ahead and grab it. Donna Marshall, you are the recipient of that card. And then the second card we'll draw, and that is Georgine Moravito. And actually Georgine had a birthday yesterday, so this fun little card will get in the mail for Georgine. So awesome. So thank you again. I appreciate your time. I know you're busy and spring is here. If you live in Ohio and you're under the storm watch coming in the next few days, please be safe. And again, if you do get inspired and make a similar card, please share it with me and let me know. I love to see your creations and also share them with other people too. So thank you again. Have a wonderful rest of your week and take care. Bye-bye.